Hi, welcome. It's Andy from Melbourne, Australia. First, I want to welcome you all to our session today. I want to thank you so much, Matt and your team, for letting me be part of the ESPEchat Summit 2019. I'm the founder and the CEO of Sport Andy. We're providing professional development for teachers. We write for them curriculum and we hope to help them achieve their educational dreams. Today we have a very special presentation about, you're going to see in a minute. So, what we're going to do today? Today we're going to speak about Be You. It's about bringing your true self to physical education. Because as a teacher, you are the best asset of yourself, and how you can bring yourself into the zone. How do you bring yourself into the opportunity to be the best that you can be as a teacher? A bit of background about myself. My name is Olascoaga, but everyone calls me Andy. I'm based in Melbourne, Australia. I have 30 years experience teaching and coaching internationally, not only in Australia, in the US, Europe, Israel, Thailand, South America, and Australia, in primary and secondary schools. My background is European handball. I played European handball in high performance. I presenting already 10 years in different ASPER conferences in Australia, if it's a state conference or international conference, physical education and sport. Already 15 years helping teachers to reach the best that they can be, and have a lot of experience working with the government in regards working with the Australian Sports Commission, Vic Health and Sports and Recreation Victoria, managing big projects and being able to bring change into humans and communities. I developed the Olascoaga teaching method for physical education and sport, and we introduced it to Australia in the last 2 years. We're trying to promote it internationally, and I really hope maybe next year to be able to come to the US and run some workshops there. It will be really exciting to meet some teachers, American teachers, and understand where they're coming from, what are their needs, and how we can help them. And help you, and help ourselves. Believe. Think a moment about the word believe and what it means to you. Believe is to accept that something is true, especially without proof. What do you mean without proof? We have here two pictures, two very different pictures, but they are very similar as well. So you can see that in the lower picture, we have people looking at the newspaper, and I'm sure that they were believing to a lot that was written there. Upstairs, you have people looking at a different newspaper or into their phones. But now I think they have a bit more of doubt. Who is publishing that? Or maybe they're looking at movies. But it's about what you believe as a teacher, and you make it believable for others. Empathy. Think about the word a few seconds. Empathy is the ability to understand and share the feelings of another. So we have here two different pictures. We have one picture from 1996 and another picture of 2016. Try to think who are you? Are you the parent? Are you the child? Are you the ball or the window? The ability to understand and share the feelings of others, it's very important. It's a great tool as a teacher to use, to put yourself in their shoes. Because it's not all the time about what we want and what we say. It's also to try to have empathy to the students, to the teacher, to the principal. So I think that I was more the 1996 guy that all day was out playing soccer, handball, riding my bikes, and then my mom really has to drag me into the house at night to eat dinner. Or when I was coming back from school, I was going out. So think about the pictures, think about what kind of person you are, and you have different students, physical education students in your class. Some of them have to drag into the classroom with ideas and engagement. Some of them have to be somehow engaged with new ideas. Think about that. Why? Why we're teachers? Why we're doing what we're doing? Try to think why you become a teacher. What's the reason that you are teaching? Think about it a few minutes. If something comes to your head right now, write it on. Why you become a teacher? Because of the salary? Is it because of you want control? Is it because you want to give back? Is it because you fulfill yourself? Everyone has a different idea and everyone has a different why. Try to find your why. Because if you look at the word be you, we've been now in the letter Y. The cause or intention underlying a given action or situation. What's your why? And here we have two very interesting pictures. We have the Mona Lisa from the 1500s, and we have different character of Mona Lisa 2018. As teachers, are we happy with what we're doing, or we want to try to do other things? Are we happy as we are, or are we trying to change? Are we trying to change our physical appearance? Are we trying to change our ideas? Are we teaching primary school or secondary school? Think about your students. What kind of students they are? Are they want to change as well? Are they want to get better? Can we provide them tools to be better? How are we going to help them? Are you happy with who you are, or you want to become someone else? Self-acceptance as a teacher is extremely important. You want to be yourself, you want to be someone else. Maybe you need a mentor to take you through your teaching profession, especially the beginning of the first years that you're trying to juggle the curriculum, class behavior, your principal, your district. Think about what do you want and how you can achieve that. Having a plan, having a direction, it's a very big bonus, and it's a very good for yourself to have a direction. Are you in the right highway? Think about that. Why you became a teacher. Outstanding. Exceptionally good. We have here an outstanding activity for both, for the child in 2009 and for the child in 2019. What kind of teacher are you? Are you the teacher with the kite? Or are you the teacher with the drone? If you're with a kite, what do you actually let control yourself? You have to control everything with a string. Do you like to have students that are puppets? Or you are the teacher operating the drone that has much more flexibility to go up and down, right and left. Sometimes it's very windy and it's hard for you to control the drone. So it's about how you control or how do you share your leadership within the classroom. Try to think what kind of teacher you are with your teaching. Are you a kite teacher or are you a drone teacher? I know that it depends what kind of students do you have in your classroom. But again, what's your style of teaching? A kite or a drone? Think about it. Unique. Being the only one of its kind, unlike anything else. You are unique. I am unique. You students are unique. Each of them is different. Each of them is unique. But we have a group of students that we have to teach. But how are we going to teach unique students in a group? So again, another interesting picture here. Why? Well, first, the bathers. Maybe in 1996, those bathers were really cool, and people were assuming things about you. If you're wearing those bathers, you must be a teacher like this or a teacher like that. But things change. And in 2016, people like to express themselves in different ways. How do you express yourself as a teacher? Are you using different teaching methods? Are you using the internet, Facebook, Twitter? How do you express yourself as a teacher? How do you become you, the unique person that you are? And how unique are your students? You have some students that they want to be unique and they look the opportunity to be unique. Maybe they behave like that. Maybe they dress like that. You have to deal with uniqueness, as I call it. Everyone has unique, everyone is different. Everyone is special in its own way. Respect that. Teacher well-being. What's teacher well-being? Well, I know what's a teacher. I know the word well and the word being. So how we practice that? What is teacher burnout? A lower well-being leads us to burnout. Psychology today describes burnout as a state of chronic stress that leads to physical and emotional exhaustion, cynicism, detachment, and feelings of ineffectiveness and lack of accomplishment. We are going to be in a lot of states of mind, or we're going to be in situations that we feel that we really don't have any energy and we are very negative, but we have to go to work and we have students in front of us. So how we actually can manage burnout? Because when your burnout comes, you can understand that you have stress, you are stressed about things, and maybe your body is working differently. You're exhausted on your mind, exhausted in your body. Your feelings are ups and down. Everything becomes a big issue. If you're sensitive or insensitive, or are you effective in what you're doing or not? All these things are bringing you a lot of questions to ask yourself.
After being cut from his high school basketball team, He went home, locked himself in his room, and cried. He wasn't able to speak until he was almost 4 years old, and his teachers said he would never amount to much. Was demoted from her job as a news anchor because she wasn't fit for television. Fired from a newspaper for lacking imagination and having no original ideas. At age 11, he was cut from his team after being diagnosed with a growth hormone deficiency, which made him smaller in stature than most kids his age. At 30 years old, he was left devastated and depressed after being unceremoniously removed from the company he started.
Very, very interesting people. Very, very interesting stories. But the thing is that they've been in a very bad situation in their life, and they were able to go forward and to move forward to a better situation. Some of us need to be rock bottom to be able to understand that we can't go lower. But the good thing is that there is a plan to climb up the darkness. There is a plan to be better and to be in a better place. And one of the most important things there is self-care. Taking care of ourselves, being present for our families, for our students. The practice of taking action to preserve or improve one's own health. We have to take action, we have to do. The practice of taking an active role in protecting one's own well-being and happiness, in particular during periods of stress. So when we are stressed, sometimes we don't bother. I'm not going to shower, I'm not going to dress nicely, I'm not going to shave, I'm not going to put makeup. And self-care, it's always important for us, for our self-esteem and the way that we feel as human, as teachers. Self-care isn't selfish, because if you don't take care of yourself, this is being selfish, because all the other people that count on you, they're not going to get the best of you. So how, as teachers, we can self-care, how we can pick up from low places. There is a plan and there is a way to do better if we can implement those. It's not about perfection, it's about progression. And one of the things that we can do is being physical, being active, being spiritual, taking care of our mental health, and be emotional balance. This is why I call the wheel of self-care, because all the time it's moving. Sometimes we are more spiritual, sometimes we're less or not at all. Sometimes the emotional state of mind, it speeds up the wheel. Sometimes the physical speeds up the wheel. Sometimes the mental stops the wheel from moving. But the important thing is in the middle, self-care in your heart. Love yourself. How to take care of yourself so you won't be burned out and you won't be able to provide the service that you're expected as a teacher, but also how you can be healthy and strong. So one of the things that we're talking when we're physical is keep active. Try to walk a few times a week. Try to swim if you like the water. Try to ride your bike, go to the gym. Find an activity that's working for you, and of course, get the right program, but take action and keep active. Do something. Eat healthy food. Very important to eat food that is healthy and in moderation. Some people choose to be vegan, some people choose to be vegetarian, some people choose to eat only proteins or only carbs. The important thing is to eat healthy and have balance what you eat in quantities as well, and the quality of food that you can afford yourself. But think about when you're a teacher in the staff room, do you need the extra biscuit? Do you need the sugar rush? Or do you need the coffee rush? Or you need that just because you're feeling a bit stressed out? So how do we maintain feelings? Are we eating because we're hungry, or we eating because we're stressed? Think about, if we have healthy food, it can help us to nourish our body and keep safe, because we know what we're eating, we know what we're putting into our food, different from a package that has a lot of ingredients that we don't know where it came from. Sleep well. Sleeping is recharging. Try to think what's happened to your battery phone when it's not charged well. Well, we're not batteries, we're humans, but definitely sleeping can recharge our mind, can help us to be more present, less cranky, and be rested for ourselves to recover better. Me time. Me time is something that is extremely important. To find time for me, for myself. Do something that you like every day. Every day, find 5 minutes or 10 minutes that you are investing in yourself. You can maybe call a friend that you like to speak with, or you like to drink some kind of a tea or a coffee, or you like to do an activity, or to talk to someone, or to sit somewhere, or to grab your pet and have a walk with it, or pet the pet. Just it's me time. It's time that you do for yourself. Spiritual. The other part of our wheel of wellness is the spiritual side. 30-minute quiet time a day. If you meditate for 30 minutes, even if you sit within yourself every morning and think about the day, think about what you're going to do, it helps your brain to relax and helps you to be more balanced. Connection with the higher power. If you believe in a higher power, try to connect to it. Try to understand that you are not always running the show. In a movie, you can't be the director, you can't be the star of the movie, you can't be also the person that brings the food and catering, you can't be the person that's filming the movie. So everyone has a role in this world, and if you understand that, it will help you. You can't do everything. You have to understand that there is a higher power. Try to find your higher power. Gratitude. Gratitude is a very important tool that I use for myself, and every time, every day, I write 3 things that I'm grateful for. And it can be the simple things. It can be that the sun was shining today and I had a beautiful walk, and that I smelled beautiful flowers, and that I helped an elderly lady to pass the road. So grateful for the little things that's helping you in life. And if you speak about being grateful, think about things that you're things that you're happy that happened, and you feel grateful for that. And I'm sure that you can find at least 3 things a day that you're grateful for. Journaling. I will take my gratitude, I will take 3 things that I'm grateful for, and I will write them in a journal. Every day before I go to sleep, I will find 3 things that I'm grateful for, and 1 thing that I'm looking for to do tomorrow. So this is how it keeps my spiritual balance. Mental. One of the important things in mental health is to find the balance between sleeping and eating and working and social media. Too much screens, too much getting involved in social media brings negative things from us. Try to find the balance in your mental health, in what you do. Ask for help. If you feel that things are not going your way or you're sad, ask for help. Take action. Call a friend. Go to a meeting when you can share what you feel. Go to your doctor. It will keep you stable if you ask for help. If you don't ask for help, you will isolate yourself. As teachers, sometimes we take too much on ourselves. We have to find the time to ask for help. And it's okay to asking for help. It shows maturity and it shows growth. Positive thinking. Positive thinking is a very powerful tool. Being positive. Look at the good. Look at how you can work with what you have, not what you don't have, and live your life with what you have, and not with what you don't, what you miss. Don't hide under a rock, because under the rock is dark and cold, maybe wet. So don't isolate yourself. Try to follow what we were speaking about. Keeping in balance. If you're out of balance, ask for help. And when you ask for help, if you're not getting the help that you need right away, be positive and think and keep working and doing and finding the right help. But don't hide under a rock, because this is not something that will bring you any benefit. And as teachers, we have to identify also students that they are in one of the 4 states of mind. Someone is hiding under a rock, we can try and reach out and help and direct him to someone that can help. But isolation is not a good place to be and a good place and thing to do. Emotional. Let go of things. Sometimes we have arguments with people and we have resentments. Keeping the resentments are not going to change the present or the future. So let it go. Like the beautiful song, let it go, let it go. They know what they're talking about. Control what you can. You can't control everything in the world. Things will go wrong. But what you are responsible for, control what you can. And what you can't control, don't worry about it. You're planning to travel somewhere, to go to an excursion with your class to the forest, and suddenly it starts raining. Not your fault, nothing you can do. What you can do is maybe open an umbrella, not getting wet, but you can't control the weather. Think about that, and it will help you to control yourself, your emotions, and understand that we have to keep moving on and let go of things. Forgiveness. No one is perfect. Sometimes people make mistakes. It's important to forgive. It's important to give a second chance. A stupid person won't learn from his mistakes, but at least we have to provide an opportunity to give a chance for redemption. So think about students, how they treat you, how do you treat students, and try to forgive. It can only will help you to move forward and feel better. Give back what is given to you. We as teachers have a lot of knowledge, not only in teaching, as humans. Volunteer once a week or half an hour, or give back to the community. By giving back to the community, you can help others. You can help other people that don't have the luck that you had. If it's coaching in swimming or in soccer or in basketball, or if it's helping the elderly to be active, or if you're sitting with someone else and helping to do homework. teach your students to give back to the community, it will strengthen our community and will make everyone to feel better and have a better place to live. It's your choice. At the end of the day, we're talking about how to build relationship, and we're talking about choices in life. How do you make the choice? Well, you always have a choice. It can be a good choice or a bad choice. But when you're teaching physical education, you have to make choices, and your students have to make choices. If they are with the ball, should I bounce the ball? Should I pass the ball? Should I ask for the ball? So as a teacher, we always have to make a choice. You either get bitter or you get better. It's that simple. You either take what has been dealt to you and allow it to make you a better person, or you allow it to tear you down. The choice does not belong to fate. It belongs to you. And meaning of that is that if you get bitter from the inside, it's not going to help you. If someone makes a mistake and treats you wrong, two wrongs not making it right. You have to take and make a choice. Don't give real estate in your head to people that don't deserve it. Real estate in your head. The meaning of that, you're not going to let everyone to live with you in your house, right? So think about it, why it's occupying your mind, a certain situation. Don't think about it too much, let it go. But again, being bitter about something is not going to help you. Write about it, talk with the person, try to find a better solution. The choice, it's a choice that you do. It's not magic. It's not fate. Always you have a choice, and it's about your choice. So think about how you're going to overcome these difficulties. It's your choice. So I'm going to speak now about a few questions that I got from physical education teachers in primary and secondary schools, how we can move forward and how we can build things together. So question number one is, what is the power of relationship in physical education as a tool to build teamwork? Try to think about how, if you have a good relationship in your classroom, it will help you to have better class behavior, or how they're going to work better as a team. Think about it for 1 minute. How the power of relationship, because we're dealing with humans, we're dealing with people, it's going to help your class in physical education. And it's a tool. How do we do it? So first, I think, is trust. If we trust each other, it's going to be much easier to send the message. When you're teaching, are the students trusting what you're teaching them? Do they know that you did everything that you could to teach them the best way? Communication. How are you going to communicate your message to the students? You have different levels of students. How you're going to communicate it. Remember, everyone is unique. So you're going to teach something that everyone will going to accept in a different way. How you're going to do it. Problem solving. When you have a conflict with a student, are you going to let it go next time that you see him? Or are you going to hold a grudge, as we say in Australia? Try to start new pages and create new books with your students, not having the old page. Remember, forgive and move on. Decision making. Play a lot of games that include decision making. Every session that we do, we have games that include decision making. They have to practice that. What to do with the ball, to pass, to run, to roll. And if we're not putting them in those situations, they're not going to improve in the future. So this is why we have to create games that promote decision-making. Then they will transfer the decision-making into sport games, as basketball, soccer, other games that you are familiar with. Adaptability in a classroom, have to adapt. And I prefer to adapt to the students, because when I adapt to the students, I reach a human and I have respect because we understand each other. I don't think that all the class has to adapt to you. Well, we are not kings or queen, we're dealing with human, and it's a give and take relationship. Planning. How do you plan your curriculum? If you know your class, or in the first week or 2 weeks, try to make some inquiries or ask your students, what do they like to do? What they don't like to do? It's something that you're going to show them that you care, and then build the right plan and right curriculum for them. Have a framework before the year starts, but be a bit flexible in what things you can change and see how they react, because everyone will react to that in a different way. Everyone will react to that in a different level of understanding. You have students that have very low skills in the class, or you have students with very high skills in the class. How the students that are skillful helping the students less skillful. How the students want to improve, take ownership. All this is through relationship. It's not about you have to do it because I'm the teacher and I have the power. We're just providing an environment of sharing and taking ownership. And this is how we engage them, because they want to, not because they have to. Another question here that we have is about how can we introduce self-motivation and gratitude within our students? Because some days they will have bad days, they will have good days. How we teach them to be self-motivated, to make them understand that they're learning because it's for themselves. It will improve the future. They will be healthy. They will have better relationships. How they can learn to be grateful. They're playing maybe in a hall when others are playing outside in a hard surface. They have new equipment. Others don't have new equipment. They have the opportunity to play with friends, to make friendships, to build relationships. And the most important thing is, don't be afraid to fail. Be afraid not to try. And as we say in Australia, we give everything a crack, or we give everything a go. Because if we fail, it's okay. We're going to learn the lesson and we're going to move on. Remember I was speaking about let it go and forgiveness and moving on? But if we're not trying and we're always under a rock, or we always are held by fears, we're not going to go anywhere in life. And we're going to be very negative. This is why in the classroom, provide an environment of experimentation, that they have the opportunity to try things before they play the game. Change the game, play soccer with the cubic ball, play basketball with the football, play football with the basketball. Change the ball so they will have to adapt and willing to try new things. This is very, very important. Remember, don't be afraid to fail. Be afraid not to try. Why should you treat students like customers? Well, you have good customers, you have bad customers. But one of the most important things is you want the customers to be happy, you want the customers to come back and to be willing to buy from you, buy knowledge, buy relationships, buy into what you're doing. So listen more and talk less. Adapt the curriculum to the students, shift it a bit to the right, a bit to the left. Create a relationship or respect and dignity. Provide good customer service to your customers, your students. Remember, if you have satisfied customers, they will come back. They will be loyal to your brand. They will support your brand. They will bring new business. And the meaning of bringing new business as students is being willing to learn from you more. They will be shared. They will be sharing your process. As a human, when you have built relations, they want to share, they want to be part of the process. Remember that the retention that you will have in each class, I'm talking about retention, I'm talking about willingness to be part of things that you're creating in lesson plans. It will come from them. Think about the strategy that you're going to use to engage your students. Everyone is unique, so you will need to work hard and have a different strategy. But if you find the right strategy, you will be able to reach the human and then engage him in the activity that you're doing. Focus on the individual. They will respect that. I have a bit of a recipe here that I built through my experience and I want to offer you. You can have it a bit mild or with more chili or cook as you like it. Recipe for happiness in your classroom. Cup of physical activity, 5 ounces of positivity, dash of meditation, whole packet of healthy food, 1 drop of forgiveness, 1 drop of me time, 2 spoons full of gratitude, a packet of let it go. We're not finished yet.
And that's all, folks.
Just want to thank you everyone for being in the PhysEd Summit 2019. Thank you, Matt, again for the opportunity, and to all the teachers that tune in today to listen about what to do. My name is Andres Olascoaga, and you can find me in LinkedIn or different social media outlets like in Twitter, Sport Andy Andres, Facebook, my phone number if you want to speak, my email if you want to ask more questions about how we do things or how we can help you with the curriculum, or our website. We're building a new website and we hope that in a few months will be a bit different. Thank you again and have a great day.